trying to do here is fuse together the best of both worlds. So the intricate detail and epic beauty of Korean MMOs with the strong story and quest-driven gameplay of Western MMOs. One of the first questions we get asked is, what is Aion? Aion is the name of the god who created the world of Atria, its inhabitants, and the Tower of Eternity, which is the physical manifestation of Aion himself. And you can see that in the middle of the world here. The player enters the world 1,000 years after the Millennium War. And this was a devastating event. Basically what happened was the Tower of Eternity, which again I said in the center, was destroyed. And that literally tore the planet apart. It also left an empty void known as the Abyss in the center of the planet. The inhabitants, all isolated to their own parts of the planet, figured they were the only survivors. I'll begin by talking a little bit about the Balor, and they are our AI-driven faction, so not playable characters, and they reside in the Abyss, and that's where they are confined. On the lower half of the planet is called Elysia, and that is home to the Elios. On the upper half of the planet is Asmodee, and that is home to the Asmodeans. So, like I mentioned, they believe they are the only survivors, and it wasn't until recently that portals opened and allowed them to enter the Abyss, and that's where they rediscovered each other, each other's factions. And they all blame each other for the destruction of the Tower of Eternity. There is no peace at all, so it's a big battle between factions. Now, I mentioned that the world was torn into two halves. What happened was the sun actually, or the two different halves, the people, the Asmodeans that reside in the top half of the planet, they don't have any of the warmth or the sunlight from the nearby star, so because they're facing inwards. And I should also point out that the inhabitants live on the inside of the planet. It's not like Earth where we all live on the outside. So they're very well hidden from the stars and the sun that's above. So as a result, their world is cold, a little bit more Arctic feeling, dark, deep, richer colors. That being said, don't be fooled. This isn't the evil faction. It's not the dark faction. It's just a result of their environment. Because of the sunlight, because they evolve differently, they have longer fingernails, toenails, and a mane that goes down their back. And they're a little bit more pale. Their eyes also glow red when they get angry or when they're about to engage into combat. Alright, the Elios, big contrast. They do have the warmth and sunlight from the nearby star, and they, again, reside on the bottom half of the planet, so that's why they get that. They have beaches, it's green, it's lush, it's sunny, it's beautiful. They actually haven't changed much from the time of the Millennium War, so they haven't had to had as much of a struggle as the Asmodeans. Again, just because it's light and beautiful does not make them good, if anything. Once they rediscovered the other faction and saw how they had evolved, if anything, it made them feel like Aion had blessed them, and that they are the lucky ones that haven't had to struggle as much. Whereas the Asmodeans are a little bit, they'll never admit that they're jealous, but they're a little bit bitter because they've had to, a tougher time to struggle to survive. Okay, along the bottom here you'll see our classes. We're going to start off with Warrior, Scout, Mage, and Priest. When you pick one of these, you will play this class for the first 10 levels of the game. When you get to level 10, you will have the choice of choosing a subclass. For example, if I was to choose a Mage, when I get to level 10, I'll have the choice of becoming a Spirit Master or a Sorcerer. We have 22 different default faces that you can choose from. So you find one that you like, you can play around with the hair shape, the face shape, the decorations, the tattoos, hair color, lip color, skin color. So you find one you like, and you look around at the different angles and you think, okay, you know what, there's maybe a few things I want to change. Well, you click on the character customized face and you've got more than 30 options to play with. So everything can be changed from brow shape, face shape, lip size, chin, jaw, smile. One of the really cool things about Aion, we don't have your typical archetypes that a lot of other games have. So we don't have dwarves, we don't have elves, but if you enjoy playing those characters, you can certainly create one. So if you like being a dwarf, you can create that face, add facial hair, make them really short. You can make them really big, give them some really strong shoulders, stronger torso, maybe a larger neck, and there you you have your report.